Is TikTok about to be banned in the US? The Supreme Court is now in the center of this debate, and more than just TikTok, the entire social media industry and the algorithms they rely on could be on the chopping block. Let's break it down. Yo guys, welcome back. Glad to have you here. Yo, let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think TikTok is a genuine security threat, or do you guys think this is just government overreach? I'm really interested to know. I have my own opinions, guys. We're gonna get into it. We got a little video to introduce us into what's going on here, guys. Let's break everything down. Yo guys, if you like the content, please like and subscribe and hit that little notification bell. I appreciate you guys. Let's get back into it.
The Supreme Court is set to hear arguments over a law that would ban TikTok if it's not sold to an American company. The move comes after TikTok filed an emergency appeal asking the court to block the law. ABC's Elizabeth Schulze is following the late-breaking details for us. Elizabeth, how major of a development is this, and what can we expect when the Supreme Court takes up the case?
This is an expedited timeline for this case, Phil, where the Supreme Court says it will hear arguments over this TikTok ban on January 10th, and that is just 9 days before the federal ban is set to take effect. Now, notably, in this very short order that we got today from the Supreme Court, they say that they're going to be hearing really.
You notice the continuous use of short order, expedited. That's very interesting because this ban has been put off a couple of times, right? So I just don't agree with that framing, and I think it's really interesting, and it's almost like they're subconsciously trying to push us to perceive things in one direction over another.
Really the merits of this case. They're going to be hearing arguments over whether the ban itself is constitutional. TikTok has, of course, argued that it's not, so they're going to be rehearing.
That's a very relevant argument. There could be a very good argument that it's not illegal, that it would be illegal, it would be unconstitutional, that TikTok is not illegal in terms of its existence. But I think that there's a broader conversation to have, and I hope the Supreme Court approaches these algorithms and the legality of how these algorithms are manipulating people and interacting with people's minds, right? Because I feel like when you're interacting with people using a level of experimental psychology to manipulate how they interact with you, like, whoa, that is, like, we should regulate that. You should not be allowed, in my opinion, you should not be allowed to do stuff like that to people's brains.
What the lower court in D.C. already said the TikTok ban stands. So this is a very quick timeline for a decision like this. We don't know, Phil, at this point, if the Supreme Court would come out with any sort of decision before the ban is set to take effect within just 9 days of that. So as of now, high stakes hearing, no doubt about it, on a Friday, which is also rare for the Supreme Court on January 10th.
I wonder if that lady uses TikTok, man. Come on now, lady. Yo, all right, let's break it down real quick, man. The future of TikTok in the U.S. now rests with the Supreme Court. The United States Supreme Court announced on Wednesday that it will hear TikTok's challenge to the law, effectively banning its distribution to Americans unless the social media app Chinese-owned parent company ByteDance divests from the platform. Additionally, the High Court has agreed to expedite the case with oral arguments slated for January 10th. Since the divestment and requirement a potential ban were enacted by Congress in March, TikTok has fought through them through litigation, arguing that the law violates the First Amendment. However, earlier this month, the U.S. Federal Appeals Court held that the narrow language of the statute, specifically applying to companies controlled by hostile foreign governments, does not infringe on the Chinese-controlled company's constitutional rights. I mean, yeah, dude, literally. Also, like, algorithms are not your First Amendment. I'm so tired of that being conflated. No, the algorithm that you use for the feed, companies are not people. They don't get a First Amendment right. Your company does not, dude, I'm so tired of people get a First Amendment right. Why don't you, dude, I'm so tired of that. Yo, you get a First Amendment right. You can go and speak on behalf of your company that you want to advertise to people because you as a person get a First Amendment right. But dude, I'm so tired of companies being conflated with people. They don't get First Amendment rights, man. They don't get First Amendment. I'm so tired of that, bro. Like, it's so frustrating, man. The First Amendment exists to protect free speech in the United States. The appeals court panel held in its ruling arguing here the government acted solely to protect that freedom from a foreign adversary nation and to limit the adversary's ability to gather data on the people in the United States. I mean, that's seriously important. Are you trying to pretend like China is not using the Confucius Institute in colleges to manipulate things, not trying to co-opt Russian stay-behind networks and counterculture to manipulate things? Like, China is up in our beeswax right now, dog. Like, dude, there's more to get into. There's more to get into real quick, guys, man. But real quick, the appeals court noted the legal burden ban rests with ByteDance, which is tightly intertwined with the Chinese Communist Party and its foreign intelligence and military networks. While TikTok has claimed it built a sufficient firewall to prevent ByteDance employees employees in the Chinese government, operatives from accessing user data. Numerous whistleblowers have come forward with evidence this is absolutely not the case. Yeah, you really trust a company to follow the law for a second when you're not looking? Come on now, man. These revelations underpin Congress's legal claim to national security authority as justification for the law. Despite the law's narrow language and national security implications, TikTok's constitutional challenge could result in Supreme Court establishing a broader precedent on limits of corporate speech. Oh no. And the government's national security authority. Dude, look, man, the last thing we need is more protections for corporate speech. The last thing we need is more social media companies saying, hey, we get to ban people because banning people and limiting other people's free speech is actually how we utilize our own free speech. Your feed is not you. Dude, you're not making a statement with your feed. Okay, dude, I'm so get rid of these algorithms, dude. We need to stop acknowledging corporations. You know what social media would look like if we didn't acknowledge corporations as people? Corporations would not have the right to censor users because corporations would not have a right to try to maintain their own free speech and messaging on their platforms. The users would be responsible for their own free speech, and corporations would have to respect the free speech according to the law, as it exists in the law. But right now, because corporations are able to say, I'm a person too, and you coming onto my platform is you existing as a part of me as a body, so I get to control the overall messaging. It's not right. It's not right. It's wrong, and it's destroying our society and our culture. Mitch McConnell pleads with the Supreme Court to reject TikTok appeal. Senator Mitch McConnell amicus brief to the Supreme Court in favor of Congress's ban on TikTok. One good thing. There's one good thing Mitch McConnell has done this entire time. Oh my gosh. The Senate Majority Leader voted to ban TikTok from U.S. app stores beginning on January 19th, 2025. Yo, Mitch McConnell is like a Chinese operative, in my opinion, bro. So he must have gotten permission. In my opinion, he must have gotten permission. This must not even be a thing that is really all that necessary for China to engage in on an intelligence basis to begin with. You know what I mean? This pending ban attempts to pressure Chinese-owned ByteDance to sell the social media platform. The ban was signed into law by President Joe Biden in April. TikTok clearly hopes that the next administration will be more sympathetic to its plight than the incumbent administration. In other words, the delay is the point, McConnell wrote in his brief, referring to President-elect Trump. Trump on the platform during the campaign and less than a week later promised he will never ban TikTok. Since then, the president-elect has garnered over 14 million followers and credited the platform for winning the youth vote by 34%. But he's still committed to take a look at TikTok. Yo, I think the most important thing is approach these algorithms, right? I can see how TikTok would not necessarily be allowed to be banned because of its corporate structure literally just existing just outside of legal ramifications, right? But at the same time, I don't think it's an excuse to throw the baby out with the bathwater and not take a look at these algorithms, man. And to not, I'm so tired of corporations being defined as people, man. And then the larger issue that I think is social media is destroying our brains, guys. And social media altogether needs to take a look, man. Seriously, neuroscience, what social media does to your brain. Ding dong, you're in the midst of flow work and your notifications are going wild. You instinctively reach for your phone and check the latest. You can open Instagram and the words 5 more likes on your recent post flash across your screen. You click your post, observe it, watch the likes continue to pour in. You feel happy, content, pure pleasure with each more like, giving you that one more hit of dopamine. You refresh the page over and over, waiting for the next to come in. Eventually you return to your homepage face to face with a new reel. You watch it, laugh, then maybe another pops up. Before you know it, 45 minutes have passed. You realize this and say to yourself, enough. You put your phone back down, try to get back into the flow. But as you gaze upon your work, you eye your phone, longing to pick it back up again, shaking your head. You avert your eyes away, back to your work, shifting your gaze between the two periodically, knowing full well where your attention should be. I want to make sure I don't miss anything you think as you try to justify constant double checking. As you get back into the groove of things, your phone notifications go off again, teasing you with more of what you truly want, the endless, mindless scroll, the addicting and captivating scroll. Yet at the same time, you feel dread. You know you have to focus, but the allure is too strong. Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong. Without even thinking, you practically lunge back to its beck and call. No, oh no, it's one yet again. This is the tip of the iceberg of social media in the digital age. Platforms like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter have become integral parts of our daily lives, shaping not only our social interactions, but also our thoughts and the psychological structure underlying them in our brains. I want to share with you a few ways social media are affecting our brains. It changes our attention. It hijacks your reward system. It destroys your memory through those short form videos, and it affects your mental health in an extremely negative way. Guys, please, look into this article, Navadi.com, how social media is destroying your brain. I think it's really important. I think it's the most important aspect of this whole conversation, and it's the one aspect of this conversation that is being ignored on all sides. So, guys, if you like the content, if you enjoy being here, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. Please click on one of these videos on the left. More content just like this, deep analysis, video essays, music, the whole 9 yards. Thank you very much, guys. I'll see you in the next segment. Well, actually, this is the last one. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.